Most men don't realize this, but something as humble as a mushroom can literally change your health, your hormones, even your performance in the bedroom. For centuries, mushrooms were seen as mysterious, even magical, used in ancient medicine to boost energy, fertility, and longevity. But today, modern science is finally proving what our ancestors suspected all along. And here's the shocking truth. Some mushrooms can lower your risk of prostate cancer, boost testosterone, sharpen your brain, and even help you last longer in bed. Others? Well, they can actually hurt your health if you're not careful. Let's break it all down. Before that, 2 pieces of housekeeping. First, I want to thank you for joining us today. Thank you for your support, and please consider subscribing to the channel. We would very much appreciate that. Second, a medical notice. This video is for educational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice. Do not self-diagnose or self-treat based on the information provided. And listen to this. Some mushrooms may interact with medications or cause allergic reactions. I'll say that again. Some mushrooms may cause side effects or interact with medication. Be very careful. Always consult your doctor or a qualified healthcare professional before adding mushroom supplements or significant dietary changes to your routine. That being said, let's explore this topic further. Why mushrooms are a men's health powerhouse. Mushrooms are unlike anything else we eat. Mushrooms aren't plants and they're not animals. They're fungi, part of their own unique kingdom of life. And because of that, they create compounds that simply don't exist in vegetables, fruits, or even meat. This is why mushrooms have been revered in traditional medicine for thousands of years, and now modern science is proving just how powerful they really are. First, immune support, beta-glucans. Vegetables give you fiber, yes, but mushrooms go one step further with beta-glucans, a unique soluble fiber that actually activates your immune system. Beta-glucans train white blood cells to detect and destroy viruses, bacteria, and even precancerous cells. For men, this means stronger immunity, quicker recovery, and better long-term resilience. Second, cellular protection, ergothioneine. You won't find this in meat or plants. Mushrooms are the best natural source of ergothioneine, a rare antioxidant so protective that scientists have nicknamed it the longevity vitamin. It shields your cells from oxidative stress, the internal damage that accelerates aging, weakens the heart, and harms the brain. Men who get more ergothioneine show lower risks of heart disease, Alzheimer's, and other age-related declines. Third, hormone and bone health, vitamin D2. Plants can't give you vitamin D. Meat and dairy can, but mushrooms can make their own when exposed to sunlight, producing vitamin D2 naturally. This is critical for men because low vitamin D levels are strongly tied to low testosterone, weak bones, and poor immune health. Eating sun-exposed mushrooms gives you a natural boost without relying on supplements. And there are other hidden benefits too. Some mushrooms regulate blood sugar better than grains, fight inflammation more effectively than leafy greens, and support gut bacteria in ways that rival yogurt. Together, this creates ripple effects across your whole system, better metabolism, better mood, and better performance. So when you eat mushrooms, you're not just eating food, you're tapping into a whole other kingdom of nutrition that plants and animals can't match. In other words, mushrooms don't just feed you like other foods. They fortify you at the deepest levels of your biology. Let me talk a little on mushrooms and prostate health. One of the biggest threats to men worldwide isn't heart disease or even diabetes. It's prostate disease. By age 50, nearly half of men already show signs of an enlarged prostate. By age 80, that number shoots past 80%. And prostate cancer remains one of the leading causes of cancer-related deaths in men. This is where mushrooms step in as a surprising, science-backed ally. A major 2019 study published in the International Journal of Cancer followed over 36,000 Japanese men for more than 13 years. The results were striking. Men who ate mushrooms a few times per week had a 17% lower risk of developing prostate cancer compared to men who rarely ate them. That's not a small reduction. That's a significant protective effect from something as simple as a side dish. So, why do mushrooms matter so much for prostate health? Well, they provide hormone balance through linoleic acid. Prostate growth is often fueled by hormones, especially when estrogen levels creep out of balance with testosterone. Mushrooms contain linoleic acid, a natural compound shown to help regulate estrogen. By keeping estrogen in check, mushrooms may reduce one of the key drivers behind both prostate enlargement and prostate cancer. Then there's DNA protection, fighting oxidative stress. Prostate cancer often begins with tiny mutations in DNA triggered by oxidative stress. Mushrooms are rich in antioxidants like ergothioneine and glutathione, which actively protect cells from this damage. Think of them as a shield that slows down the wear and tear inside your prostate over decades. And immune surveillance, beta-glucans. Your immune system is your body's first line of defense against abnormal cells, including potential cancer cells. The beta-glucans in mushrooms don't just boost immunity in a general way. They wake up your natural killer cells and macrophages, the exact immune soldiers designed to hunt down and destroy tumor cells before they spread. Let's imagine a practical example. Two men in their 50s. Both are healthy, but one regularly includes mushrooms in his meals, grilled with steak, tossed in stir fries, or even added to soups. Over the next 20 years, his body has a consistent supply of these protective compounds. The other man avoids mushrooms altogether. Statistically, the first man's chances of developing serious prostate disease are significantly lower, simply because of a regular food choice. Think about it. Something as simple as mushrooms a few times per week could protect the organ that defines your manhood. For men, mushrooms aren't just food, they're a stealth weapon for prostate defense. Mushrooms also impact on a man's testosterone and libido. Here's a question men have been asking for centuries. Can mushrooms boost testosterone and improve sexual performance? The truth is, mushrooms don't directly flood your body with testosterone the way a steroid would. But science shows they work in powerful, indirect ways that support the very systems responsible for your hormones, energy, and performance. I'll explain. 1. Cordyceps, the natural aphrodisiac. Cordyceps militaris and Cordyceps sinensis are a type of mushroom famous in Eastern medicine, often nicknamed the Himalayan Viagra. Modern research backs this up. Cordyceps has been shown to increase nitric oxide production, which relaxes blood vessels and improves circulation, critical for strong erections. It also enhances adenosine triphosphate, ATP, production in cells, giving you more energy, stamina, and endurance. Think of it as flipping the on switch for vitality, not just in the bedroom, but in workouts and daily life. 2. Reishi, stress control, testosterone protector. One of testosterone's biggest enemies is cortisol, the stress hormone. When cortisol is chronically high, testosterone production takes a nosedive. Reishi mushrooms have been shown to modulate the HPA axis, your body's stress response system, lowering cortisol levels. Lower stress equals less hormonal suppression, meaning your body can maintain healthier testosterone levels naturally. 3. Oyster and shiitake mushrooms. Vascular health equals sexual health. It doesn't matter how much testosterone you produce if your blood vessels aren't delivering oxygen and nutrients where they're needed most. Mushrooms, especially oyster and shiitake, are packed with antioxidants and compounds that improve endothelial function. That's the lining of your blood vessels. Better vascular health equals better blood flow equals stronger, more reliable erections. 4. Indirect hormonal support. Some mushrooms also support the liver and immune system, both of which play a role in hormone metabolism and balance. A healthy liver processes estrogen more effectively, keeping testosterone from being overshadowed. The right mushrooms don't just support your health, they can supercharge your drive, stamina, and recovery. Mushrooms may not be magic pills, but by lowering stress, boosting blood flow, and fueling your energy, they create the perfect storm for higher testosterone and better performance. Quick break. Before we continue, here's something worth knowing. If you've been feeling frustrated or even embarrassed about changes in bedroom performance, sensitivity, stamina, or desire, you're not alone. And it's not your fault. There's a 100% natural solution that's already helped thousands of men feel confident and energized again. No pills, no injections, no procedures, no surgery, no risky shortcuts, just a simple, easy home remedy you can make at home, designed to support what researchers are now calling the manhood molecule, a key factor for arousal, blood flow, and lasting power. Find out more. There's a link in the description. Now, I want to talk about mushrooms and brain power. Do you want sharper focus, stronger memory, and a calmer, more resilient mind? Mushrooms may hold the key. Lion's mane, the brain builder. Lion's mane mushroom is unique because it contains compounds called hericinones and arenosines. These stimulate the production of nerve growth factor, NGF, a protein your brain needs to repair, grow, and regenerate neurons. Translation: lion's mane doesn't just support the brain, it helps rebuild it. In clinical studies, lion's mane has been shown to improve mild cognitive impairment, the kind of brain fog and forgetfulness that many men start noticing as they age. Mushrooms affect mood, depression, and anxiety. It's not just memory, it's mood. Research has found that lion's mane can reduce symptoms of depression and anxiety, possibly by supporting new neural connections and reducing inflammation in the brain. For men under constant stress, whether from work, relationships, or just modern life, this mushroom acts like a reset button, helping restore mental balance. Lion's mane battles brain fog. We all know the frustration. You walk into a room and forget why. Or you can't find the word that's on the tip of your tongue. This isn't just aging. It's often linked to inflammation, poor circulation, and oxidative stress. Mushrooms like lion's mane, reishi, and shiitake are rich in antioxidants that protect neurons from oxidative damage. By lowering inflammation and boosting NGF, they don't just clear away brain fog, they keep your brain younger for longer. And the bigger picture, brain and body connection. Here's the shocking truth. When your brain slows down, your whole life slows down. Low focus and poor memory affect your confidence, your work performance, even your relationships. Mushrooms, especially lion's mane, act at the root, protecting and regenerating brain cells, not just masking symptoms. Imagine eating something that literally helps your brain grow new connections. That's lion's mane. Imagine waking up with a clear head, sharper memory, and calm focus, without needing 3 cups of coffee. That's the lion's mane effect. What about mushrooms and longevity? What can mushrooms do about that? Mushrooms aren't just about feeling good today. They're about stacking the odds in your favor for a longer, healthier, sharper life. 1. Cellular anti-aging. Aging starts at the cellular level, when DNA and mitochondria take hits from free radicals and inflammation. Mushrooms are packed with antioxidants like ergothioneine and glutathione, 2 of the most powerful anti-aging compounds found in nature. These antioxidants neutralize free radicals before they can damage your cells. What's unique is that ergothioneine is rare in the human diet, but mushrooms have it in abundance, making them a true longevity food. 2. Metabolic protection, guarding against diabetes and obesity. Mushrooms are naturally low in calories and carbohydrates, yet high in fiber. This makes them an ideal food for controlling blood sugar and weight. Beta-glucans in mushrooms slow digestion, stabilizing blood sugar and reducing insulin spikes. Studies show that regular mushroom eaters have a lower risk of developing type 2 diabetes. 3. Heart and circulation health. One of the biggest threats to longevity is cardiovascular disease. Mushrooms help here too. Compounds like lovastatin, naturally found in oyster mushrooms, can help lower cholesterol. Their potassium and fiber support healthy blood pressure. By reducing inflammation in blood vessels, they lower the risk of heart disease and stroke. 4. Gut health equals longer life. Modern science is clear. A healthy gut means a healthier, longer life. Mushrooms contain prebiotic fibers that feed good gut bacteria. A balanced gut microbiome improves immunity, reduces inflammation, and even supports brain health, all of which extend health span. 5. The longevity evidence. Research is stacking up. In population studies, people who regularly consume mushrooms show lower risks of cancer, heart disease, and premature death compared to non-mushroom eaters. It's not just correlation. It's the combination of immune support, antioxidants, and metabolic balance that creates this protective effect. Want to live longer, stronger, and sharper? Want to add years to your life and life to your years? Mushrooms may be the closest thing to an anti-aging pill growing in nature. Okay, so far so good. But there's a darker side, the mushroom story. We must look at the side effects and dangers of mushrooms. Not all mushrooms are created equal, and this is where men need to pay attention. While some mushrooms can support your health in powerful ways, others can put you in the emergency room. Toxic mushrooms. This is the most serious danger. Over 100 species of wild mushrooms are known to be poisonous, and some can be deadly with just a single bite. The death cap mushroom, Amanita phalloides, is responsible for the majority of fatal mushroom poisonings worldwide. Symptoms often don't show up until it's too late. Rule number 1, never forage unless you are trained by an expert. Allergies and sensitivities. While rare, some men can develop reactions to even edible mushrooms. These reactions may include skin rashes, digestive upset, nausea, or difficulty breathing. If you're new to mushroom supplements, start small to test tolerance. Medication interactions. Certain medicinal mushrooms, especially reishi and chaga, contain compounds that thin the blood. This can be risky if you're on anticoagulants like warfarin, aspirin, or even if you're preparing for surgery. Others may interfere with blood sugar control, which is a concern for men with diabetes. Overuse and dosage. Mushrooms are powerful, sometimes too powerful. Taking more than the recommended amount doesn't mean you'll get extra benefits. In fact, it can increase the risk of side effects like digestive discomfort, headaches, dizziness, or in rare cases, liver toxicity. Always follow label instructions or your doctor's guidance. And talking of doctor's guidance, keep this in mind. This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not medical advice. It is not medical advice. Always consult with a qualified healthcare professional before making any changes to your health, lifestyle, or treatment plan. So yes, mushrooms can be medicine for men, but the wrong mushroom, the wrong dose, or the wrong timing can turn a health booster into a health hazard. Okay, let's talk about the best way to consume mushrooms. Here's the simple mushroom ritual for longevity. Here's how you can bring the science of mushrooms into your daily life in a way that actually sticks. 1. Start small, stay consistent. Aim for 3 to 5 servings of culinary mushrooms per week. Think button, cremini, portobello, oyster, or shiitake. Toss them into omelets, stir-fries, soups, or even use them as a meat replacement in burgers. 2. Stack with medicinal mushrooms. Lion's mane in the morning for focus and brain power. Cordyceps before workouts, or in the afternoon for stamina and energy. Reishi in the evening to reduce stress and improve sleep. You can find these as capsules, powders, or tinctures. Easy to add into a smoothie, coffee, or just with plain water. 3. Cycle for balance. Don't overdo it. Rotate between different mushroom types to maximize benefits and reduce the chance of over-supplementation. For example, weekdays, focus on culinary mushrooms in meals. Weekends, layer in medicinal mushrooms as supplements. 4. Pair them right. Mushrooms are best absorbed with a little healthy fat, like olive oil, nuts, or avocado. Cooking mushrooms actually boosts the availability of their antioxidants, so don't be afraid of heat. 5. Longevity. Mindset. The effects aren't overnight. Think of mushrooms like compound interest for your health. Each meal, each dose, is a small deposit that pays off in sharper focus, stronger immunity, better performance, and more years of high-quality life. Imagine yourself 10, 20, even 30 years from now, sharper, stronger, still performing. That future could start with something as simple as adding mushrooms to your plate today. Time to recap. Why mushrooms are a men's health powerhouse. Let's bring it all together. 1. Mushrooms and men's health. They're not plants, not animals, but fungi with unique compounds you won't find anywhere else. From beta-glucans that supercharge immunity to ergothioneine, a rare antioxidant that literally slows cellular aging. 2. Prostate protection. Regular mushroom intake has been linked to a significantly lower risk of prostate cancer. Compounds like linoleic acid help regulate hormones, while antioxidants protect DNA from the damage that fuels prostate disease. 3. Testosterone and libido. Mushrooms don't dump testosterone into your system, but they create the perfect environment for it to thrive. Cordyceps boost nitric oxide and stamina. Reishi lowers stress hormones that sabotage testosterone. And by strengthening blood flow, mushrooms support stronger, more reliable performance. 4. Brain power. Lion's mane stands out here. By stimulating nerve growth factor, it literally helps rebuild and protect brain cells. Studies show it sharpens focus, strengthens memory, and even helps with anxiety and depression, making it a natural solution to brain fog. 5. Longevity. This isn't just about feeling better today. Mushrooms are linked to longer life. Their antioxidants protect cells from aging. Their fibers stabilize blood sugar and feed gut health. And their compounds reduce risks of heart disease, diabetes, and chronic inflammation. 6. The mushroom ritual. Eating mushrooms regularly, stacking in targeted medicinal mushrooms, and pairing them with healthy fats is like putting your health on autopilot. A small, simple habit that compounds into decades of better focus, stronger immunity, more energy, and longer life. So the truth is simple. Mushrooms can be a man's best friend, or his worst mistake. Mushrooms aren't just food. They're nature's toolkit for men who want to perform better, think sharper, live longer, and stay strong well into old age. So here's the bottom line. Mushrooms aren't just food. They're medicine for men, backed by centuries of tradition and modern science. The right ones can improve your health, sharpen your mind, protect your prostate, and even boost your performance in the bedroom. But don't just leave this video thinking, that was interesting. Take action. I've included my top recommended supplement stack in the link below to boost passion and stamina in the bedroom and for fast balance and recovery. These are high-quality, clinically backed extracts that actually deliver results. Click the link in the description or in the pinned comment and start experiencing the difference for yourself. And if you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe for more science-backed men's health insights, and share this with a friend who needs to know the truth about mushrooms. Because sometimes the smallest things in nature make the biggest difference in a man's life. That's it for today. Thank you again for your company and support. Until next time, take care.